"What matters most is how well you walk through the fire," said Charles Bukowski. So, in case you can't tell from the tree behind me, it's almost Christmas, and I'm really excited about that because a lot of my friends are coming home for the holidays, and I'm gonna get to be around people and hopefully be off crutches by the end of the month. I'm really stoked. I don't know what all of your religious or personal traditions are, but if you'd like to comment below on what your favorite holiday is, that would be really nifty. My personal favorite is New Year's, and maybe I'll make a video about that as New Year's actually gets closer. So the quote that I had today feels especially appropriate because of the particular pain that I've been dealing with lately. The manipulation went super well, and my knee bends a lot. At least it did last week when it was numb and I couldn't feel any pain in it. This week, the CRPS that I've been dealing with was aggravated by the manipulation, and it's back way worse than I've had to deal with before. It's still in one particular spot on my knee, and the problem is that with CRPS, when it flares up, it's this awful burning pain. I guess the only way I can think to describe it is for me, it feels like somebody is stabbing me in that spot while trying to crush my knee, and also my leg is on fire at the time. It's incredibly painful, and it's gotten to the point where when I'm doing therapy and trying to bend it, it happens. When I'm just sitting with my knee bent, it happens. Yesterday, I was just laying down with my legs straight, and it started to hurt, and it's really horrible. I almost always end up in tears, and it's not pretty, and I'm trying to learn different ways to get through this pain because it seems like I'm gonna have to work through it for the next few weeks if I want to get my knee bending back again. We've lost some degrees. We're down to 120, because when my PTs finally get my knee bent to that point, I'm in so much pain. I think it's really important to draw attention to CRPS because so few people understand it or know what it is. And it's really easy for people to dismiss it as saying, oh, it's just, that pain's all in your head, you should be healed, you should be healed, you just have to think about it in different ways and move past it. But your brain, can't understand that because your nerves are still sending signals to your brain telling it that something's wrong. CRPS stands for Chronic Regional Pain Syndrome. It's also called causalgia or reflex sympathetic dystrophy sometimes. Causalgia, I forget the exact meaning, but it comes from a Roman or Latin word. It comes from a Latin word, I think, that means fire, which is accurate because it is a very burning sort of sensation. I mean, my leg, after I've had a flare-up, if I touch it, it feels hot and it's bright red. CRPS happens when you have an injury and your nerves usually send the pain signals to your brain, and when the pain is over or you've kind of hit the sensory adaptation level, they stop. When CRPS happens, the nerves kind of forget to stop, and they continue to send those pain signals to your brain saying, oh my gosh, something is wrong, you should do something about this. And part of your brain is hello, nothing's wrong, we're fine. But the part that gets the pain signals is no, something is clearly wrong because I'm getting these signals. And so everything's just kind of a mess. CRPS is not caused by psychological factors, yet the constant pain and reduced quality of life has been known to cause psychological problems. CRPS actually, way back in the day, was called the suicide disease because so many people who are afflicted with it ended their life just to escape the pain. For a while, I used to think I had a really high pain tolerance, and after the surgery and the nerve pain and all that, I was maybe I don't have a very high pain tolerance. And then I found this nifty thing called the McGill Pain Index. It is an old study that was done at McGill University, or at least by researchers there, and they tried to measure pain and different types of pain And they used a variety of qualitative and quantitative sources, asking patients to describe their pain, to rate it, looking at factors that could be measured, such as changes in body temperature, heart rate, inflammation, stuff like that. There was a lot of science that went into it. And they came up with this scale, and they ranked pain in different conditions from 0 to 50, 50 being like the worst possible pain ever. And interestingly enough, a fracture ranked in the high teens. Non-terminal cancer was about 25. Prepared childbirth was about a 31. Unprepared childbirth is somewhere in the high 30s. Amputation without anesthesia ranked about 39. The highest ranking condition with a 42 out of 50 is CRPS. And after I read that, I guess I felt a little more validated in my pain, as in like, it is that painful, and you're not just a weak patient who is not good at enduring things. It's legit. I also have to give a huge shout out to my dear friend Marissa. She has a really cool blog called Get In On My Nerves, and I'll put the link down in the box thing. And she's been dealing with CRPS about 2.5 years, a year and a half. It happened last summer, and it's in her foot. And it took the doctors a really long time to diagnose her CRPS, and it got really bad. I always knew that Marissa was strong, but I don't think I realized just how strong she was until I had to deal with CRPS myself. Which is pretty interesting, considering that the two of us are friends and we both ended up with it since it's so rare. But knowing what CRPS feels like now, I'm incredibly amazed that she went through her senior year of high school doing homework and applying to colleges and like normal high school things, all while dealing with this. Like, she is just a champion and a trooper, and I admire her so much. Another person I want to kind of give a shout out to, I guess, is Claire Wineland. She has a YouTube channel called Clarity Project, which I'll also put a link to. And Claire has cystic fibrosis, which is also a chronic disease, but it's not a pain disorder. It has to do with breathing and lungs and the way that like mucus builds up in your lungs and you can't breathe. But Claire's been dealing with this all her life. And she has some very insightful videos, not only on what it's like to be sick or what it's like to be in a coma, but just on life in general. She's incredibly wise and really kind and really funny. I think it's always important to look at other people's perspectives, whether that's through videos or just listening and talking with them or reading up on it. Everybody wants to feel understood and everybody wants to feel validated. Whether it's emotions or experiences or pain, everyone wants to feel like what they're feeling matters and is real. And when we face our own trials and we ourselves have to walk through the fire, we can learn from those who have already gone through it or who are still walking through it. We can help each other get through together. You don't have to walk through fire alone. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday. I hope you get to see friends and family that you love and celebrate if you celebrate Christmas. I hope you had a great Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah. I'm not entirely sure when Kwanzaa is this year. I hope you have a joyous Kwanzaa. All holidays and all beliefs and all people, I just hope you have a really great December, and I hope that you know how awesome you are and that you're very loved and you're very important. Have a great week, and until next time.